A very good morning, guys. My name is Rutger, and today I will be hosting the Daily Market Outlook again. Fabio is away, he's traveling to Sweden, and you might know me from Discord, so let's get into it. Of course, we are starting with the dollar index, and the dollar index has tapped the supply we talked about yesterday and also gave a little reaction, but is already trading back again as we expected. So of course, we know this is the first step, and these were probably early buyers, which can still get swiped before an actual move up happens, right? And we also see that this supply was respected beautifully before trading down, right? So when looking at the 4 hour, what we can clearly see is we had the swipe underneath these lows. We got the reaction with the news, tap back into the daily supply, and boom, we are trading back almost at the demand again. These are ascending lows, which are weak for me, so I'm still expecting another swipe today before we might get a new move up. So that is my expectation for the dollar index, meaning the dollar pairs can go a little bit higher because the dollar index can still move a little bit lower. So when looking at euro dollar, what we can clearly see is that we had to tap into the supply zone, back into the demand I discussed yesterday, which I wanted to look for longs, and then boom, we had the impulse back into the highs, and I still expect this liquidity gets taken out, also because it's in the premium levels, so everything above the blue line. And after the swipe, I would be happy to look for shorts to get like a little pullback. So this is what I want to be trading today, because yeah, we are swing bearish, but we can still trade this pullback, right? So that is what I'm looking for on euro dollar. So yeah, moving on to pound dollar, we can clearly see that we traded into the daily supply, but when looking at the premium versus discount, we can still see price could move higher before actually reversing back down again. So looking at the 4 hour, we are also still swing bearish. We respected this demand zone beautifully, like we discussed yesterday. But now I still think we can get another swipe before we might see the reversal. So alerts for me on this zone, and then looking for the entry model to catch a short possibly. So looking at AUDUSD, it has still been impulsing. It got the reaction we talked about yesterday. I was expecting a drop from this supply zone over here. We got the drop back into the demand, but you see the overall order flow is holding, and now we have a new fractal break again. And for me personally, I want this liquidity as well to get swiped. We are also already trading in premium prices, so this is still nice for a possible short. And you see we might have a little pattern over here as well, so we might see the drop after this corrective price action into the upside, right? So also monitoring this. Looking at USD CAD, also looking good. We traded back into the sell before the buy, which I expected yesterday. We did get the reaction of this demand, but you see swipe of the high, and boom, we trade back lower. And now, yeah, it will be waiting before we get like a new fractal break to the upside before we might take any longs on USD CAD for myself. So yeah, waiting for further development on USD CAD. Looking at the yen basket, it's still a falling knife. It respected this supply zone beautifully where you could have scaled in, but now it's still dropping again. So not interesting for myself, because yeah, of course we don't want to catch a falling knife, and we are not knowing when the reversal is going to happen, right? So personally, no trades on the yen pairs for me. Looking at Euro AUD, did exactly like we talked about, guys. So we respected the order flow, this buy before the sell, and then boom, we liquidated these weak lows, and I think we can even liquidate these lows before trading a pullback again. So currently not very interesting for myself. I think some people will go long here, but I think personally the overall order flow will get respected. So we might get a tap back into here and then boom, trade down lower. So maybe shorts on the lower time frame, but we'll have to monitor this. Also, GBP AUD did some beautiful things again. Swipe the highs and then dropping like expected, probably to the overall discount of this last leg up and the refined 4-hour demand, right? So putting my alerts here to then check if we can catch like a long pullback. Looking at Euro CAD, also, guys, we called it perfectly. So we are swing bearish on Euro CAD, right? We had our fresh area of supply over here, which caused the BOS, and we left out left the liquidity highs over here. We then tapped into the supply, and then on the lower time frame, as you can see, fractal high, fractal low break, entry, and then boom, we got the move to the downside. So beautiful trade. We called it here yesterday. What I'm monitoring for today, well, we might see some scale ins on Euro CAD. So you see beautiful tap back into the order flow, and then I think we can still continue down lower in line with the overall trend. So we'll have to monitor this zone and then look for the entry model. GBP CAD ended up reacting to the zone. It wasn't the highest probability for me, but you know, of course, the market is not perfect, and this was already in premium prices, so it could, of course, still reverse from here, and it actually ended up doing so. So I think you would have catched a stop loss if you already entered over here, but if you entered later, yeah, then there wasn't really an entry for me. So yeah, this was not high probability enough for me. For today, I think we can still scale into this position, right? Because we already are seeing the drop, so we might get a tap back into this supply zone before then continuing back into this demand zone, which is for me a very solid target for today. So monitoring this for GBP CAD, then Bitcoin, also very beautiful price action. Swipe this low over here, and we might see some more upside over here. So we'll have to check the lower time frame to maybe catch a long back into the supply zone again. And we also have some liquidity descending highs over here, so I think we can still swipe this. So yeah, still some good opportunities, I think, on Bitcoin. And finally, gold also did exactly like we expected, guys. So let me explain. We got a tap back into the 1-hour refined demand. As we talked about yesterday, we then got our fractal break on the 1 hour, and then I discussed two POIs. On the 50-minute, it was this one and it was this one, but of course the lower POI is always the highest probability because you then have more liquidity to take out. And what did gold do? Well, exactly like we expected. It's crazy, guys. Perfect tap, and boom, it tapped into the imbalance within the market, right? Like we discussed as a target, perfect trade, and you would have catch like a 12R if you would have limited this zone, which is crazy. But for today, yeah, still expecting more upside, right? We had our first step, but I think we can still respect the overall order flow. So we might take some longs from here. We do have to take into account that we are swing bearish and almost trading in premium prices, which means that the price can reverse. However, I'm still pretty bullish on gold, so I think we can also just trade up higher back into the supply. So this was the outlook, guys. I hope you guys understand, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.